Hello everyone, welcome to episode 27 of the Trading Without Borders podcast. I remain your host Omobi. So in our usual style of greeting in various African languages, I say Muli Bwanji, that's how are you in Malawian language. So for today's episode, we're going to be looking at the transparency provisions under the Trading Services Protocol. Considering the fact that the state members, that state parties of the AFCFTA are signed on to other regional and international trade agreements aside the AFCFTA. So we're going to look at what the measures that the agreement has provided as to how states are to notify the AFCFTA Secretariat and other member states. So we are looking at the notification requirements in today's episode. The first requirement is that state parties are expected to publish in an accessible medium measures of general application that can impact or likely affect the operation of the Trading Services Protocol, including any regional and international trade agreement that they are signatories to. So that means that publish in an accessible medium that everyone can easily access to know what's general application or what international or regional trade agreements that they are signatories to. Then the next one is they are to notify the Secretariat, that's the AFCFTA Secretariat, about any regional or international trade arrangements that affect trades and trading services with third parties, whether they signed that prior to the protocol coming into force or after the entry into force of the protocol, to notify the Secretariat about that. Then the next requirements, state parties are also to notify the Secretariat, possibly at annual basis, that's annually, about any introduction, any new or changes to existing laws, regulations, and administrative guidelines likely to affect the trading services under the trading services or the protocol on trading services. So whatever laws or regulations, maybe there are changes in their own national laws or regulations or administrative guidelines that are likely to affect the protocol on trading services, then they are to inform the Secretariat. Next one, once a state party submits a notification to the Secretariat is to promptly circulate that notification or information to all other states parties. So that has to be prompt. They need to be aware as soon as possible. State parties are also expected to respond to any request by any member state promptly about its specific application concerning any measures of general application or regional and international trade agreements then signed on to. And so finally, state parties are also to designate relevant inquiry points to provide information on any notification requirements and matters related to trading services. So each state party should have an inquiry point that's going to be able to answer to request concerning information about notification requirements. That's basically regional and international trade agreements and other measures of general application. So they should have an inquiry point that any state party that is interested in knowing about any other member states can go to get that information. So, however, yes, they are to notify and all, but there is an exception that has been provided under the disclosure of confidentiality obligations. That the provision states that state parties are, however, not obliged to disclose confidential information that is likely to impede law enforcement or otherwise that is contrary to public interest, or if there is any legitimate commercial interest of a public or private enterprise, and releasing that information will prejudice that interest. State parties are obliged not to disclose such information. So this is where we end it for today's podcast. As usual, the podcast is basically for information purposes or to educate the public. If you need expert advice, please reach out to a trade expert, or you can reach out to me. So until next week, I say Tionana. That's Malawian language as well. That's goodbye until next week, Thursday. Bye bye.